What is up, guys? Up7 here. Today I'm going to be doing a themed unboxing and review video, this time for the late 90s, early 2000s. This is an era that's highly revered amongst people that grew up with it, but also other eras of collectors, because there are other age groups of collectors, just because the product that came from this era is so good. There's so many designs that people remember fondly, and they were recast, retooled, repainted, and were featured in video games, movies, and just kind of made this era of Hot Wheels from like late 90s, early 2000s timeless, and kind of cemented it in people's memory as one of the Hot Wheels eras to remember. You have the 60s with the red line cars in the early 70s, then like the Ultra Hots and the Hot Ones of the, I think, late 70s, early 80s, and then you got the Y2K, like late 90s, early 2000s cars like these, and then like Team Hot Wheels era, not really a great one, but now we're, and I think, in a better era. I like where Hot Wheels is going. But this is the last, I think, golden age until things turn around and exceed this, or come close to this. So not to have too long of an intro, starting off, this was supposed to be the last car I opened just because it was so cool to get a 2009 mystery model in the box, but I saw it was peeling a little bit, but I didn't peek. And what the heck? This opened in the packaging, or opened from its packaging in the car. It was shifting against the other cars, and it just opened up. It's the Prototype 24. Let me turn the flashlight on. It looks great. It's very cool. I don't even remember this car, but I was trying to get like unique experience on video, and I didn't. I would have been so hyped if I opened this up on camera for the first time, because it's one of the only mystery models that came in this kind of packaging that I don't have memorized. Red with the black flames with the silver lining, black 5-spoke wheels. This was the successor to Prototype 12, the Velocity X villain Otto's car, and I think it's really cool looking. Reminds me of a funny car almost, with its rear end being taller than the front. Very Bad to the Blade-esque front end with the 2 induction points coming in. Looks like the Infinity logo. Well, this is the best rendition of this car I've ever seen. It's very cool. Move the packaging out of the way. That's gonna roll off the table. Next up, a few loose cars. I'll kind of go through these quick. Got this Split in Image 2. It's got the Street Breed font almost, but with like Road Beast colors. It's a matte green with racing liveries though. Gold 5-dot wheels. This one's been played with a little bit, but I thought it was pretty cool. 24/7. I have a few of these, but this was in a bag of other cars for free basically, so I still show it. They just announced 24/7 is going to be in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Team Street Breed, with the only like full metal rendition they ever did. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do it up like the one from Beat That. This one has almost the same livery color scheme as MST Suzuka from Velocity X. Got these 240s. I think they're Mercury or Ford hot rods. I thought this one was a Johnny Lightning plug in the beginning, because it's almost the same font, the same colors, and that would have been weird because they're a competing toy company. And then this one with the more traditional 90s hot rodder look. Speaking of the 90s hot rodder look, here's this. I think this is a Ford Coupe with a checkered flag. I like this one quite a bit. It's always nice to see cars that are close to open wheel that aren't broken. They still roll fine under their own power. And then Spectre Flame 2 Muscle Tone on the windshield. I kind of like this understated look. It's like a yellowish gold. Gold as it on its own is not yellowish gold. It's like a greenish gold. You see that? I don't know if it's just the camera doing that. Like a tint of green in it. This was pretty cool. I hadn't seen this before. It's always interesting to see fantasy cars that Hot Wheels does, but without decals. It makes them almost look more pedestrian and normal. So then we got these two, Sue Fast and Twin Wheel 2. These are weird. I don't know why some collectors do this, where they like cut the top of the card off so it can be stored easier, I guess, but then they keep it in the box. It's like you're not able to play with it, and it's worthless. So I guess it's just a way to keep them in good shape, but just keep it in the card. A beat up card is worth more than a chopped card. This is cool. Twin Wheel 2 is already so like 90s. The star of turbo racing. Velocity X. It kind of sucks in Velocity X, but it's in turbo racing. It's better in that game. Weird decal. That's just a dude. It's not a skull. But the orange and the gold 5-spoke wheel or 5-dot wheels look awesome with this thing. And then this Sue Fast. This is the black version of the first edition car. Color swap of Velocity X's color scheme. I don't know if there's any other cars from the Velocity X game that have a palette swap version. I think Hammered Coupe has a blue version now that I think about it. And Showstopper has it. What am I talking about? Showstopper has a red version too. I bet I could keep doing that to think of other things if I tried. But one of the palette swap Velocity X cars, this looks better in the matte black. This looks awesome. They should have put this one in the game. This is cool. And it doesn't, the wheel don't move. It does. We're good. I'm gonna be careful to where I put that one so it doesn't bend. I don't want the axles to break. All right, now we get into the cars I'm probably gonna keep in the box. First of all, is this Dodge Charger RT concept car. Before the 2006 Charger, there was this. And I think personally that this inspired Overboard 454. I'll show you a picture of Overboard next to it from Velocity X and you'll see what I mean. Very similar front end, silhouette, similar back end. Yeah, and I haven't seen this before. These are cars from this era that I haven't seen before or I haven't seen in a long time. That's why I picked these up. It isn't just random cars from the era. These are like cars from this era that I haven't seen in a long time or ever. They caught us off guard, so I picked them up. And this is weird. Purple's my favorite color, especially this shade of purple. And it's just a very interesting car. I'll open this up actually, because the card's not in good shape. Love that shade of purple, especially the white interior. Ooh, this looks good. Charger. I was gonna say the only thing this doesn't have is a little Hot Wheels logo that some of these cars without decals have, and there it is on the windshield. That is cool. It's actually very comparable to Muscle Tone as well, but this is a 4-door. All right, next up, keeping along with the Mopar, 1970 Plymouth Cuda, AAR Cuda. This is the Plymouth version of the Dodge Challenger. Way cooler in my opinion than the original Dodge Challenger. This is from 2000 and I think 8 or no, this is 2009 new models. This looks fantastic with the pink, the black hood. The hood is matte. The like fading tapering stripe that the Cuda's had, but this is the version that's not like, doesn't say Cuda and it's like tapering to the middle. It's like just running across the side. 5-spoke wheels. This is kind of like a realistic casting in my opinion. I love this style of card art. I used to get the Hot Wheels books when I was a kid, and they had art style similar to the art on these cards. So this has a 346 pack in it. 2010 new models. Or 2009 new model. And then this says, look out for all the 2010 new models every month. Interesting. Keeping that in the box. Next up, Callaway C7. I always thought this was a really cool concept car. Actually, I think it's a real car. I just don't know if it ever had this crazy spoiler. I love these 3 spokes. I love the flames. If only this was like black or white. I don't know about this like bronze color with it, but still really cool. I've never seen this before. Card's in better shape, and it's got this is from the Highway 30th anniversary. Sorry, I'm sick, so it's hard for me to talk, so sometimes I mess up my words. It's from the Highway 35th anniversary like year, so it's got that special card. So I'm gonna keep this one in the box. This is my favorite Hot Wheels card art of all time. You got Showstopper drifting with the flame underneath it. My favorite logo. The name of the car was on the side, so when you're combing through the side, you could see it. You don't have to be looking underneath it. Actually, this is just as easy underneath as it is now. Pretty cool. And then last but not least, this Maelstrom is badass. It's got the 5-dot wheels, this aggressive yellow with this black and orange flame decal. This is the coolest Maelstrom that I've ever seen. I think this thing is awesome. I picked this up at like a thrift store that sold mostly clothes. I'm like, wow, I've never seen that before. That is really cool. This is 2000. I think this is 2002. Interesting. Almost the same exact artwork. These years, but that's kind of how it is now. This is in the 2001 set, and this is the 2003 set. Yeah, I need to look at the front of these, not the backs when it comes to the ear. But yeah, some pretty unique finds from like the Y2K 90s. I think actually these are all Y2K. I don't think anything here is 90s. But I thought it was a sick assortment, and I appreciate you watching. Subscribe for more Hot Wheels videos. Have a good rest of your day.